Are you exhausted about talking about eggs? Well, we got another one. But this one is snark meets eggs. Okay.
All right.
So, just a few days ago, Waffle House announced that they will be temporarily implementing a 50-cent per egg surcharge across all of their menus, across all of their stores.
Which is nuts.
The company did state that both consumers and restaurants are being forced to make difficult decisions. I will state that as soon as I read that, I thought, yes, Waffle House will charge more and consumers will just not go. But so they claim this temporary surcharge is, rather than increasing prices across the menu, that they keep mentioning this is just temporary and it is a very targeted surcharge, and it's directly related to unprecedented rise in egg prices. Well, in reality, we all know the reason they didn't change all their menu prices is simply for the fact that would cost a lot of money to reprint all 12 menus at each store and, change signage. And then odds are good if they did that, they wouldn't then a couple months later change it all back. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
So, and they keep using words like short-lived. Okay. But honestly, I am shocked to say this, but there's 2 Waffle Houses in my area and they have both closed down. I have never heard of a Waffle House closing. Okay. I've lived in Georgia, for a gazillion years. And Waffle Houses keep growing. You never hear of them closing. Okay. But I will say the last time I was at Waffle House, their menu was nothing like I remembered, and it was expensive. The whole point of going to Waffle House was so you could get cheap breakfast. Nobody's going there for gourmet style breakfast at an extreme price. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
But the snark that I promised you comes from none other than Cracker Barrel. Okay.
Shots fired.
Yeah. So almost immediately after this press release by Waffle House, Cracker Barrel mentioned a surcharge on eggs. Well, there's nothing hospitable about that. At Cracker Barrel, country hospitality is as important to us as a hearty breakfast, and that means not charging extra for eggs. So if that statement wasn't enough, then they doubled down and they actually incentivized giving anyone that came to their restaurant and ordering an egg dish would get double reward points.
Nice.
So,
one, I didn't know they had a rewards program.
At Cracker Barrel, neither did I.
2, I'm not mad at it.
No. I mean, this is the turning lemon into lemonades. I mean, they could have just let this go under the radar. But I will say that some of these restaurants and food industry, whoever runs their social media campaigns, sometimes are just brilliant. If you've ever seen the Twitter account for Wendy's, it is like snarky goodness. Okay. Mm-hmm. They get into like feuds on Twitter with like Burger King and, all these places, and it's hysterical. Okay.
It's awesome.
So the fact, and Cracker Barrel's never been mentioned for its snark before. So the fact that they are doing a facelift, they are trying to reach a younger generation.
Modernize.
So I kind of give them bonus points here because A, snark definitely will, make people mention their name.
Yeah.
2, that people are going to eat breakfast. And if they're already going to go out to a restaurant, why not point out the obvious? These guys down the street are going to charge you an extra 50 cents per egg. Come over to our place. We'll make you eggs and we'll give you double points for ordering
those eggs.
Because they're not afraid of them, So, I mean, seriously brilliant marketing by Cracker Barrel. I mean, and it cost them what? Nothing. To just go on social media and throw out some zingers.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Like they took advantage of something that, like, I know the cost of eggs has gone up high,
Yeah,
but 50 cents an egg
an
is
egg,
bonkers. There's a brunch restaurant near us that did 50 cents per egg dish.
which is just per plate. You know,
Yeah,
I mean, that's
which
not so bad.
a 3 egg omelet with a 50-cent surcharge. Okay, that's cool. 50 cents an egg. You're almost paying for all of the eggs.
Well, and so it's like, I get that prices have risen,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
but have they risen so much to the point I can go to Walmart and buy a 6 pack of eggs and it doesn't cost me 50 cents per egg.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like, is this just an excuse to price gouge?
Let me do some math. So like there's these eggs that I love because we both know I'm bougie.
Yes.
And I don't buy them often, but they're so pretty. So they're Easter egger eggs, so they're blue and green because I'm bougie.
I
Those
will note
eggs.
that those are not the eggs you're getting at Waffle House. We're
No,
talking
not
big
at
old
all.
Bertha White eggs there.
At their typical price, which I never buy in full price. I've bought them twice and they were on clearance or super on sale, whatever. At their typical price is around $8. Okay. That's 67 cents an egg.
For bougie eggs.
For bougie eggs. Not Waffle House eggs, bougie eggs. So 50 cents an egg, you're covering the entire cost of those eggs and
That's
some
what I'm
extra.
saying, because even like when you buy a 6 pack of eggs, you typically pay more per egg than you would
Yeah.
at a 12 pack. But you can buy a 6 pack of eggs at Walmart for $2.68,
Yeah.
and that's still only 44 cents an egg. And I guarantee you, Waffle House is not buying 6 packs of eggs from Walmart.
No.
They are buying flats of eggs. They're buying whole huge containers. So that's where this starts to rub me the wrong way. If
Yeah.
this had been a 15-cent per egg surcharge, that might actually be closer to cost.
Yeah.
But then I shouldn't still have to pay the full cost, because the full cost of the egg should be in the menu price. So I
Right.
just, to me, this is
Yeah, I don't like it.
ridiculous. I'm sorry, Waffle House, you're wrong.
Correct. Like $1.50 added on. Like if so, how many eggs go in an omelet? Is it 3? Am I paying $1.50 more for
On
an
top
omelet?
of what used to be like a 4.50 breakfast at Waffle House is
Yeah,
now easily
$8.
$12.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to be paying almost $15 for breakfast, I'm not going to Waffle House.
No,
Sorry.
I'm going to my bougie little brunch place that's got
Exactly.
fancy ass French toast. Like
So
that.
here's my question for people at home.
Ooh.
Even if you absolutely adore Waffle House, is it worth paying 50 cents per egg for your breakfast?
Mm.
And then I also wonder, their waffle mix is already pre-mixed and I'm sure it has eggs in it. So are they going to charge per waffle as well because it has eggs in it?
It's a good question.
I don't know. But let us know down below. Would a 50-cent egg surcharge keep you from going? Because it would keep me from going.
Yeah. Cracker Barrel we go. Hash brown casserole coming up.
Definitely.